Welcome to this week's Down Home with Tina show. I am out on location. I'm so excited. Lancaster Parks and Recreation. This is one of their parks. It's at Miller Park, but we are at Miller Pool. And I'm really happy and looking forward to chatting with Jen Shamblin. She is the recreation supervisor with Lancaster Parks and Recreation. She's going to share loads of stuff about what they've got going on now happening with the pools, as well as Tiki Pool, the one here and Tiki Pool, and also with what's going on in Lancaster Parks and Rec, mostly throughout the summer, so don't go anywhere. And then I've got a little bit of a more serious, but we try to keep it light here on the Down Home with Tina show. I'm going to talk with Major Retired Matthew Donald from Donald Law Office and about estate planning. I found myself in a situation, I say situation, but having the experience of losing two really, really important people that were in my life. And so we're going to get into a little bit about that a little later in the show. So please don't go anywhere. We're going to have a lot of fun. Also, you see that I am in my swim cover. And my swimsuit. You know, you can't see that, but you will here shortly, because you're going to get to see me do something fun here that I actually haven't done at a swimming pool, I'll say, for at least a couple of years. I don't usually do a dive. Well, it's not a dive. I do not dive, and diving and Tina do not go together. It would be really, really ugly, but it's going to be pretty interesting to see what it's going to look like in the end anyways. But don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching Down Home with Tina, and I'll be right back.
Dagger Law has been part of the Lancaster community for more than 110 years. This is where we live and work. You'll see us at festivals, sporting events, and all around town. We consider our clients as friends, and we walk alongside you through challenging times. Whether you're a growing business, a changing family, facing litigation, planning your future, or dealing with land issues, we're right here. We are local. We are trusted. We are experienced. Dagger Law.
The Frankie Smith Funeral Home and Crematory in Lancaster and the Johnson Smith Funeral Home in Baltimore have a long and wonderful history of serving our community. Feel free to give us a call at 740-653-0652. Stop in and see us at either of our two locations, 405 North Columbus Street in Lancaster and 207 South Main Street in Baltimore. Respect for tradition, regard for change.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I am really excited to get to talk with Jen Shamblin. She is the recreation supervisor with Lancaster Parks and Recreation, and they have so much going on. And what I'm really excited about is I know there were some things that folks could do last year, but nothing like you guys are all back and getting into the swing of things of this year. And here at Miller Pool, which it is all ready to go, isn't it, Jen?
It is. Yep, we've been open. We're back at it. Both pools are open. We're really excited.
And you're starting out like right in the first week with an event that we're going to talk about for tomorrow. So we're just going to go right in. We're going to just go right into it.
Let's dive into it. Let's dive in. Okay, yeah. So we have adult night for our grown-up patrons, so 18 and over. Where this came from, which was really fun, was back in 2019 we had teen night, and I started getting so many messages from adults in the community that were like, we remember when we used to get to go to the pool parties, and when are you going to have something for us? And Mike and I looked at each other and we're like, yeah, we're going to do this. So we didn't get to do it last year, obviously. Yeah. So we are opening it up to the grown-ups tomorrow night, 7 to 11. We will have Arrowwood Entertainment here. We're going to have karaoke, music trivia. We're going to have cornhole. We're going to have a cornhole tournament, so over there, and some prizes. And we're just going to have all kinds of fun. So, and of course, swimming. So bring your swimsuit. We called it date night, but bring a group of friends. Bring yourself. Meet new friends. So,
and it's an option, though. I mean, you can swim or you don't have to swim.
No, we're going to have a lot of things going on. So, a lot of fun stuff. So it's $5 to get in. If you want to join the cornhole tournament, that's free, and we're going to have some prizes. And if you want to karaoke, which I'll be doing, free. So, yeah, we'll just have some fun.
And people have some really great memories, because it was just recently that I was somewhere and somebody goes, I just saw my swim pool crush. He was a lifeguard. And, it's like fast forward 45 years.
Right.
So it's complete, but it's so fun because they can maybe recreate those like maybe a picture of a group of friends, come out and recreate that picture. Maybe not the same suit that you had on before.
Maybe not.
Just may not have that anymore. That's all I
Right.
mean.
We are getting so much interest. It's been shared
I love
time and time again on Facebook. We're getting a lot of calls, just a lot of buzz about it. So I love it. I'm excited to see. Our lifeguards are super excited to see like what this is going to be like, because normally it's kids at the pool parties, but this is adults only, 18 and over.
So hopefully the adults will take advantage of that. Okay, so what do you have coming up, like June 19th?
Yeah,
It's like
so
within
June
the next
19th,
week, right?
yep, it is. So we have our family night, movie night, which is here at Miller Park, or Miller Pool, which is in Miller Park. We're going to show the movie Moana. So we have the big, the movie screen that we have, and we set it up in the corner. We have popcorn, swimming, so a lot of fun. So the movie starts at dark. The pool party does start at 7, and again, it's $5 to come in. So just a really good time. So it's family friendly, all ages welcome.
Okay, and it's really neat for those of you who don't know, and you're kind of like, well, how do they do that? You have a huge blown up.
Right, yeah. So our maintenance crew, myself, Mike, Jim, all of us come out here. It gets blown up, and we start playing the movie, like I said, at dark time, and then we take it down, and it just deflates right on down, and we roll it up and put it away till next time.
Jen, you guys have so much going on with Lancaster Parks and Recreation. That just seems like it's the beginning of summer, and that's just a little tiny bit of what's happening.
A little bit, because I mean, even in the fields, we're here at Miller Park. There's ball diamonds back there. We have our adult softball league that is starting June 17th. So we have 10 teams signed up that are going to be playing in the parks on Thursday nights. We have adult kickball that's happening. We have all of our youth sports that are still going on. So soccer registration. So fall. I mean, it's summertime, but we're thinking fall at parks because we work that far ahead. So we have soccer registration, flag football, tackle football, cheerleading. It's all back.
Okay, so not to get too much off of the subject of the events you've got going on, but do we need coaches, or do you, I should say we as in if we're, but we're all together in this.
Yes, we are. We are. We're all one big team.
That's right, we're a happy family.
So yes, I always say yes for the coaches. Yes, we
all
always
across
need
the board for everything.
everything.
Softball,
Everything. If you're
soccer.
interested in coaching, absolutely. Even if you don't have a child playing, you can coach. I have high school kids that coach that just loved it this season. So, and then some people that just love the sport and volunteered to coach. They didn't have a child on the team, and I love that. So absolutely, if you want to coach, referee, anything.
So a couple of things that I know are new that you had mentioned before we got started. One is like right away, street jackets. Is that what you called it?
Yes.
What is that?
So we partnered with the Blue Jackets hockey. We're bringing hockey to Lancaster.
Yoo-hoo!
Starting
in the summer, right?
Yeah, in summer.
In the
And
summer, though.
But we might, and it's in the streets. That's right. Street Jackets, skills and drills. The Blue Jackets, they donated enough equipment for us. I mean, there's tons of equipment, and we're going to start actually this Friday at downtown Broad Street, and it's a little camp. It's for ages 6 to 14. Okay. So we have a few spots left if you would like to join it, and then we're going to see how it goes. And we might be playing in the fall, in the winter. We're gonna grow.
And even if the kids don't get to participate because the spots are all full, they can still come and be spectators, correct?
Absolutely.
And watch
Come,
for free?
Yeah, come and watch. Yeah, downtown where the stage is during Friday Night Bandstand. So the stage is there, right in front of the gazebo.
What was the ages on that?
6 to 14.
6 to 14.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a great camp. It was $15. They're going to get a shirt. We have some great coaches that have volunteered their time, because when you put it out on Facebook, there are a lot of people in Lancaster that love hockey and are really excited that it's
huge
coming
fans.
here. Right.
Yeah. So it's really great because it's opening up something that we don't have in Lancaster. So you all are always continuing to do new things.
Yes.
And this one you told me, and I laughed because I have to say I thought of, I'm going to call him out on this segment. Corey Scootover used to play soccer in high school. I was been told, and so you're going to have adult soccer.
Yes, adult soccer.
Holy cow.
And it's been, from what I hear, it's been about 25 years since Lancaster has had an adult soccer league. And I've been getting so many calls about it, so I said, why not? Let's do it. You throw it out there.
Just go for it.
And people come out of the woodwork like, yeah, we want to play. Like I told you earlier, the difference is with this adult group versus my softball or kickball is there's age divisions. So
which is good.
Yeah,
I mean,
right.
good that you have that.
Yeah.
Because like 18, there's no way in heavens that I could keep up with an 18-year-old
Right.
out on the soccer
no.
field.
But if you want to, you can.
Oh, you
Because
can.
we
So
can
you
be like
can.
18 to 35,
Okay.
and then the next group is 28 and older. So it gives that
Okay,
little bit of
nice.
a carryover. But bring your own team. If you want me to find you a team, I can. So yeah.
So are there tryouts or anything or something like that?
No, I
it
think
just
they
really
just.
is
This
in
is, and I want to stress this. Very recreational.
Fun,
This is
not
fun.
competitive,
Exactly.
really.
They're going to be competitive because they are, but we are very recreational for sure. So they're going to play out the soccer complex. I'm going to put them on not the little bitty fields, but kind of the medium field. So they're not on the big field. I know that
Okay.
was a big concern too. Like, oh, are they cardio ready for that?
Yeah.
But
you
so
will
we-
sign a waiver. I'm
Yes.
kidding. I don't know if you
Right.
will, but
Yeah,
will you?
you do. You do. Yeah. So definitely.
Jen, what else? We've got a couple of minutes left that you want to share to get out. And I know you guys, I want to have you come back as well because there's always stuff
I
happening.
told you. I said, okay, go on and on. Well, just for back to summer stuff in the pool, I'm really excited because for the first time we're going to have a dive-in movie at Tiki Pool. And that is going to be July 17th. And it's Christmas in July. And we're going to show Elf. And Santa Claus is going to be there. And Noah is coming from Alley Park to decorate with the Christmas lights. So we're going to have a blast. I'm really excited about that. Again, that was something we planned for 2020, didn't get to happen. So Christmas in July,
Same
Tiki
price
Pool,
as like date night,
$5.
$5.
Yep, $5.
And what is the general admission for folks to come to Miller Pool with the kids and your
Sure.
hours and times for
Oh,
that
yeah,
as well?
sure.
Yes.
So Miller Pool is $4 daily admission. We open at 12, we close at 6 here at Miller. At Tiki, it's $5 daily admission, and we open at 12 and close at 7.
What are people?
Except for Sundays.
Okay. Oh,
except for Sundays, we open at 1 in both pools.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. What is allowed for folks to bring along with them when they come to the pool? Like, of course, the beach bag, I'm sure.
Yeah,
with
beach
the
bag.
essentials in it.
We make sure to not have the hard coolers. We don't allow those just because we don't want people to bring glass in.
Okay.
So soft coolers and bring your own water and food if you like. We have the concession stands are open this year. We have
Good.
ice cream and hot dogs and nachos and pretzels. Bring your sunscreen, definitely.
Why do I have something in my mind that are you guys involved with getting kids to different places for the parks? Or is that for transportation?
Oh,
Why
so
am I thinking
Lancaster,
that? Just
Lancaster Public Transit.
Yes.
So they do offer free rides for kids to come to the pools. So,
Yes.
yeah,
Okay.
so-
I was like, that is important.
Yeah, so the public transit.
What
yeah.
ages do you allow the kids to come without? an
So
adult?
you would need to call Carrie Woody or public
Okay.
transit. I do believe that it's 18 and under, but I don't remember exactly. So,
All right.
but they'll be able to help you.
I wish I could have you on every single week, but I can't do that. So
So-
how can folks continue to follow the Lancaster Parks and Recreation and all that you have
On
going
our Facebook page, Lancaster Parks and Rec has our very own Facebook page, and we have a website, lancasterparks.com.
Love it! Thank you so much
Thank you for having me.
because
This
of
was
all that
really
she's
fun.
got happening and going on. And folks, just watch out for them. Don't go anywhere. I am in my gear. You're going to find out why I'm in my gear. I'll be back here in just a few minutes. You're watching Down Home TV.
Hi, I'm Amanda Wattenberg, Regional Director at Ohio Guidestone. Do you or does someone you know have a substance abuse disorder? Have you been thinking about getting help, but don't know where to start? It takes a lot of courage to ask for help, but it's the most important step you can take. If you think you know everything that's available in Fairfield County, think again. Like other chronic diseases, addiction can be managed successfully. Treatment enables people to counteract addiction's powerful, disruptive effects on the brain's behavior and regain control of their lives. Even if it takes multiple attempts, treatment does work and people do recover from addiction every day. So keep trying because your life matters. You matter, and we're here to help. Call 211 and ask for the treatment resources available right here in Fairfield County.
This message is brought to you by the Fairfield County Adam H. Board.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I have Major Retired Matthew Donald with me. He is from Donald Law Office. He is the owner, the creator of, oh my goodness, I could sit here and talk with Matt like for hours and hours and hours. And the reason being is because he's a veteran.
As are you, of course.
Sorry, yes. And he has so many amazing stories. He's an amazing guy, and I'm just glad to have the opportunity to have him on the show with me just to talk about some really important things, because one of the things you all do, it is estate planning.
Yes.
And I wanted to intro this with, it was several years ago while I was doing talk radio, and like I was out and about somewhere, not doing the radio, but I was out and about shopping somewhere, and somebody said, "Oh, this is Tina, she does a radio show, yada, 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 yada." And this random guy, shopper, says, "Oh, I heard you one day when you were talking, and you were talking about when you pass, you hope that everybody has a celebration of life for you. They are partying and having a great time." And I was like, absolutely. But what is most important to me with that as well, Matt, is making sure that I have everything in place so that when my family shows up on that day to celebrate my life, that they know that they don't have to have a burden of being worried about what's going to happen with what and where it's going to go and things like that. And I was like, because I am going to be partying wherever I am.
Absolutely.
But I know that we are going to talk about the 3 big lies, and that's something that's important to go along with all of it.
It is, because there's a lot of things. You know, when people come to see us, I kind of tell them, like, my tip of the day is, everybody needs an estate plan, so plan while you can.
Yeah.
But, when somebody doesn't have one, there are rules in the Ohio Revised Code that tell people how things should be dispersed when someone passes away. But I will tell you that it's often the rules the state have created for us are not the rules that we necessarily want. And so, yeah, there's a plan. Is it the plan you want? Maybe, maybe not. I would probably say 90% of our clients, the state's plan is not their plan. And so the sooner they can get that in place, the better off they're going to be. Because if they wait until they get sick or something, then they get scared about things like Medicaid and nursing homes, and you have all that stress, and then people are making decisions when they're under emotional distress.
It's one of those things, too, that they got to make sure that they don't do something they think they believe is true because they've heard it from someplace else or somebody else because of an experience.
Sure.
Correct?
The scary part of that is they will hear the law, but they won't understand that law may not apply to their particular situation. Often people get confused with tax law and Medicaid law. They'll hear something in taxes that, somebody says, well, you can give away $15,000 in 1 year, which there's a whole more, it's kind of like Paul Harvey. There's the rest of the story behind that. But they hear that, and then next thing you know, they're being denied benefits because they gave away money. And they say, well, I heard you could give away $15,000. Well, yes, but there's a whole lot after that they need to be aware of.
And you are a firm believer in right out the gate, you become an adult, you should really start thinking of having something in place for yourself. Because once again, and I wish we all knew what tomorrow would bring, but we don't, and it is the inevitable. So it is just talking about it. I guess, I don't know what it is. I've never been one that's been, I say, afraid of death.
Right.
I said, no, it's there, it's going to be.
Well, no one gets
it
out
sucks.
alive.
I don't like to use that word on my show, but it does, but yeah, nobody gets out of it alive, yeah.
There was a good friend of mine said that every great relationship ends in death, because if it wasn't a great relationship, you wouldn't know them when they pass away. So death is, it's a hard subject to talk about, but it can be made a lot easier on the family after you're gone. Nobody wants their family to be fighting when they're gone. Nobody wants their family to be worried. We unfortunately lost my mother-in-law recently with COVID. It was the end of December. And my mother-in-law had her plans in place. She had everything that she wanted done. It was well known, and there was not a single argument amongst her 4 children after she was gone. And I give her a tremendous amount of credit for having done that.
And she probably had conversations with him about that, right? So nobody was surprised on who's going to get what and how it's going to take place.
There was no dispute, and in fact, I just had a conversation. My wife just had a conversation with her brother, and he was saying, I knew what Mom wanted. There was no doubt. It's not just for our elderly people. Estate planning is for everybody. My children, the day they turn 18, are in my office meeting with the other attorney and signing their estate plans. We think we're 18, dad or mom can do this or that. That's not true. They're adults. They're legal adults. And they have to provide the authority to someone to be able to do that. Literally this morning, I got a call from my daughter's doctor. My daughter's now 20. And the doctor said, hey, is Brianna there? And I said, no, this is her father. And they said, well, we can't talk to you. Please have her call us. And, you know, she was mad I woke her up. She had to make the phone call to the doctor, but that's how it is, you know, when we just don't think about that. Now, do they need an entire robust estate plan? No, but there are certain key documents they really need to have in place.
What do you recommend if you care to share?
Yeah, sure. I mean, every adult, in my opinion, as a minimum, ought to have a basic will plan. And a basic will plan consists of a will. Now, you know, my daughter, she doesn't have a lot of stuff, right, because she's still a college student. But, you know, she starts to accumulate things. Next thing you know, 2, 5, 10 years has gone by. And if she didn't do something when she could be in a situation like that lady Terry Schiavo from the 80s, that she was an early 30-year-old that ended up on, you know, life support and artificially supplied hydration and nutrition for 13 years. Well, I'm certain my daughter doesn't want that, but if she doesn't tell somebody she doesn't want that, then what do we do? So the will is important. A living will kind of refers to what happens in those situations like Terry Schiavo. And then the power of attorney is probably one of the most important, you know, for finances and legal. And then the healthcare power of attorney is tremendously important, tremendously.
I had a family member who that was something that they seriously discussed, and then he had passed away, and after speaking with my relative about it, it had been brought up that they didn't want to be on life support.
Right.
That took the burden off of her to make that decision.
Sure.
That one thing alone is really tough. I know we try to keep things lighter on the Down Home with Tina show, but this is just reality of that.
Yeah, sure. Imagine there's 4 siblings in my wife's situation. 2 of them want one thing, 2 of them want the other thing, and one of them has the power, but didn't know what was wanted by the mother-in-law, or my mother-in-law said. That one would have to be the bad person making the decision. She's not going to make everybody happy.
And Matt, even in the very end, when it's decided and your loved one looks at you and says, I'm ready for you to take this oxygen off of me,
yes.
You're still going to feel like
sure.
though you already made that decision and they had decided that's what you want.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
This was the most, I tried to explain to my wife, because my wife is a nurse. And as she watched the pulse, the oxygen levels,
yes.
she's so used to wanting to see those up in the 90s. And as she watched, she was telling me it was so hard for her to wish that those would go down so she could go. But I told my wife this, I said, what kind of love is it that you children have for your mother that you're willing to let her go? That was the most beautiful love that I have ever seen. And the fact that they selfishly would want her to stay because they would love her and miss her. The fact that they were willing to let her go and go be with her husband that she hadn't seen in 3 decades was beautiful. I was so blown away by that. I got goosebumps thinking about it again.
I just experienced that, so I know exactly what you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. Until
so much
you
love
experience
there.
it, you don't know it, that it is a true blessing to have that plan in place for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. So I wanted to talk about your office, the law firm, because you guys are a great team, and that's gonna roll into something else that I'm gonna talk about that Josh has absolutely no idea. We're gonna talk about
I can't imagine. Well, so I tell everybody, we have an intern that's there. I don't know, you haven't met him yet. His name's Zach. Shout out to Zach. But I tell everybody that comes to my office that either works there for a short period or is an intern, I said, none of us work for anybody in this office. We all work for the client. I said, my job as the owner, my job as the attorney is a certain role. I said, but the most important person in the office is the person that answers the phone. I said, that's the most important person in the office, not me back in my little corner. I said, just feed me some crumbs once in a while and some water, and I'll do what you tell me, But it's critical that everybody understand that we're all part of a team. And if we work as a team, we can make sure that we meet the client's needs. And that's the most important piece of it. I love being with the crew that I got.
Matt is my business of the month, and I'm really glad to have you guys all as well as a sponsor on. But I wanted to just talk a little bit about teamwork, because I truly believe in teamwork. But before I get to that, what is your contact information, Matt?
Yeah, you can reach us at 740-400-4194 or visit us on the web at www.donaldlawoffice.com. Or stop by and see us. We have the door open again now that we've got some of the COVID restrictions lifted. Yeah, it's 719 West Market Street in Baltimore.
Perfect. Alrighty. So there's a fellow who happens to be my cameraman, and he's also the producer of the Down Home with Tina show. And when I talk about teamwork, I talk about interface video and the importance of getting the opportunity to work with such a great team. But he has a birthday, and when the show airs, it's on June 9th of today. So he doesn't know this. So I've got a little treat for him, and hopefully we'll get to just do a little happy birthday thing. But I want to say
Excellent.
thank you to Josh, because if it weren't for him, I wouldn't be able to be here to talk to you guys. I'm sure they'd find somebody else somehow, some way.
And Josh
But-
is a great name. That's my son's name. Yeah.
So yeah, it's a win-win for
Win-win.
everybody today.
Yeah.
So anyways, I hope Josh has a great day. Thanks for everything you do. Folks, I'll be right back. You're watching Down Home with Tina.
Fairfield Federal. When it comes to our customers and our community, we go above and beyond to help. Our people make the difference.
We were retiring from Tucson, Arizona, and we made a retirement trip out around Ohio, having decided that's where we wanted to be. And we came across this town called Lancaster, and we fell in love with the downtown area, where the fountain is, and the memorials, and the flags, and all this stuff. And we looked around, and I said, "There's our bank, right there."
There's something to be said about a community bank in your hometown.
Right. If you live in the community, you should do business in the community as much as possible. So it makes sense to bank with the community bank where you live.
Fairfield Federal is the bank to be at. If you live in this town, or any town actually, you want to bank at a local home bank. The employees are happy here, they're conversant, customer service is through the roof. There's nothing more you could ask for.
Personal or business banking, whatever you need, we take it seriously because we know you do. Stop by today at any of our 3 locations and see why the difference is clear. Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan specializes in banking that revolves around you.
Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the high school football game of the week. I'm Jared Stewart alongside Tim Shoemaker. Tonight, we've got a great one for you. The Blue Carroll Bulldogs. We had a great week of practice. Even in the rain and the weather, we had a great week of practice. Schneider, lots of running room to midfield. He's gone. Ryan Schneider down the near sideline for a touchdown for the Aces.
We have a hold on the offense, number 20. That penalty will be declined. They'll bring up 4th down.
We're going to give you this game ball here because you're a Tiberios fan of the game, and thanks for being here, Jacob.
Thank you.
The Polar Bears are your OAC tournament champions, first time since 2009. What an exciting finish for the Ohio Northern Polar Bears.
Be very proud of this trophy because you've earned it.
Welcome back to Down Home with Tina. I'm out here at Miller Pool, and I'm going to do a jump in because it's a warm day and I just feel like doing something fun for the show. But I do want to thank my sponsors. They're the reason why I get to be here every week. Down Home with Tina is brought to you by those that you see there. And I just want to thank you all so much for continuing to watch the show. I want to thank Kylie for sticking around and giving me the opportunity to do I call it the grand jump, because I know I've seen people in the pool, but technically it's right before it all starts to get excited when we recorded this. So we ready to do it? I have no idea. Okay, you ready? I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm going to try. Cold. Holy cow. Holy cow. That is really cold. Well, if you're ready to get chilled for the summer, you can come out to my level. I think I have water up my nose. Well, we're going to wrap up, everybody. I just want to thank you so much for watching the show. You can tune in and watch me on Facebook, CLN, your hometown connection on YouTube, as I look really, really great right now. But most importantly, just get out and enjoy the family and enjoy your summer. Happy summer, everybody. It's Down Home with Tina. I got to catch my breath. Holy cow.